On the outskirts of Paris lies a living, breathing monument of splendor and intrigue, the Chateau de Champs-sur-Marne. This architectural marvel, conceived in 1699 by Pierre, not only served as a canvas for the ambitions of wealthy financiers, but also became a crucible where fortunes were made, lost, and seized by the very crown they served. However, the chateau's true soul was revealed under the ownership of the Duc de la Valliere, a man whose bibliophilic passions turned these elegant halls into a cauldron of Enlightenment ideas. Philosophers like Voltaire and Diderot found themselves engaged in spirited debates here, their voices echoing through the chambers, as if trying to converse with the walls adorned by master painter Christophe Fouet. Then entered Madame de Pompadour, the king's mistress, but a queen in her own right. She wasn't merely content to be a jewel in Louis XV's crown. She was a mover of pawns in the intricate chessboard of French court life. In her brief but potent sojourn in the chateau between 1757 and 1759, she infused it with a sense of purpose that transcended its stones. Here, lavish salons were not just venues for trivial pleasures, they were theaters of political influence. Entering the chateau, we arrive in the marble vestibule, turning immediately to be ushered towards the grand staircase. Here we find that time has stood still, looking back over the centuries and then back to today, to find the only noticeable difference was a change in textiles. We will explore the main floor first, but for now, let's peek beyond the gilded, wrought iron balustrade to truly gain a sense of this magnificent marble hall. Directly above us, the ceiling opens up to a spiraling staircase, slowly and gracefully ascending towards the attic. Had we continued forward from the front door, we would have arrived in the grand salon. Once again, frozen in time, with elaborate painted millwork continuing its architectural elements as they fade into the ceiling mural. Between its gilded mirrors and below the room's crystal chandeliers, we find examples of the clothing worn during the time period. Next, we will make our way into one of the most extravagantly decorated rooms, the Salon des Huettes, where the famous French painter by the same name was commissioned to paint intricate murals within the wall's gilded panels. We can step closer to find intricate details and the artist's brilliant use of lighting, making each scene come to life. And while we can get lost in the murals, let's not forget to look up, finding flawless hand stenciling adorning the ceiling. Let's now take a step back to truly admire the magnificence of the space as a whole after appreciating each artistic piece of it. Next, we will find the dining room, staged for an elegant affair. Curiously, busts are worked into the wall's ornamentation, and running nearly the width of the room, a solid marble buffet spans below a large painting. Nearby, we will find the music room, noting its use of white and gold, a motif that was copied by American architects during the Gilded Age and worked into countless New World mansions. If we look closely, we find that this room, in keeping with good acoustics, was finished with parquet wood floors instead of marble. This finish continues into the Salon Rouge, the office being decorated in striking red tones. These colors are picked up and complemented by the smoking room, where we can imagine spirited conversations between politicians and philosophers spilling into the late hours of the night. Let's return to the grand staircase and begin making our way upstairs. From the top of the staircase, we can look out over the stair landing before turning around and making our way through the second floor vestibule in search of the bedrooms. Our first stop is the bedroom of Madame de Pompadour, unchanged by the passing years. Dramatic colors, both saturated and pastel, adorn each surface. Even the tiniest plaster details were crafted with great care centuries ago. Each bedroom grants us a glimpse into the lifestyles of those who were adjacent to the French aristocracy. With refined, lavish interiors, fitting for the king's moonlit visit at any moment. A true patroness of the arts, Pompadour embellished the estate further, imbibing it with her elegant aesthetic sense, turning every corner into a vignette of refined beauty. But she was not merely a decorator, she was a composer of the human spirit. Far from being a mere ornament, she navigated complex corridors of power. even securing the coveted role of the 13th lady-in-waiting to the Queen. She was a woman rewriting the rules, challenging the societal confines that sought to define her. As centuries passed, the chateau morphed yet again, reflecting the tumultuous tides of French history, from revolutions to republics. Even nature had its say. When Hurricane Lothar tore through its gardens in 1999, it left a visible scar, yet also a lesson in resilience. Today, the Chateau de Champs-sur-Marne is more than just an assemblage of stone, mortar, and carefully manicured gardens. It is a living manuscript, each room a chapter, each occupant a sentence, and each event a punctuation mark. It stands as a compelling narrative of beauty, intellect, ambition, and above all, the ability of a common person to transcend societal restraints and shift the tides of history. This video was a fan suggestion. Let me know down below in the comments section if you enjoyed seeing a house outside of the US. And while you're there, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an exciting episode of This House.